Hello, good afternoon to everyone. I am Sanjay Rathod. Today I will present Chaucer's use of irony from Canterbury tales to social media. This presentation explores how Chaucer's 14th century irony technique provide a lens for understanding 21st century digital communication. Both medieval texts and social media demand sophisticated interpretation due to compared forms and self-aware performance. By examining perspective on perennial communication challenges and develop crucial digital legacy skills. Here is my academic detail and presentation detail. Here is the table of content. My research question is how do Chaucer's ironic technique in the Canterbury Tales, Troilus, and Chris and the House of Fame help us understand modern social media practice of self-presentation, authenticity, and audience perception. In this presentation's hypothesis is Chaucer's irony anticipates social media behavior through unreliable narration, audience misreading, parody, performance, and blurred literal or ironic meaning, making his method useful for analyzing today's digital communication. In the introduction, Chaucer pioneered doubleness of vision in the narration, focusing reader to reconcile contradiction truth. Medieval audiences recognize this sophistication and innovation that directly mirror social media's curated self-presentation and layered meanings. Understanding this historical framework for evaluating unreliable narration is crucial for navigating today's complex digital world. He was a very prefect Gentile knight. Strategic self-presentation in 3087. Chaucer's General Prologue uses ironic phrases to reveal character, where morally problematic details are presented as virtue. This technique directly anticipates social media profile, where strategic curation paradoxically exposes medieval portrait illumination, how contemporary self-presentation, despite its carefully constructed image, often reveal what is the attempt to conceal. Thus can I perch again that same vice, which that I use. The partners openly confuses his manipulative intent, yet still successfully exploit his audience. Modern influencers operate similarly, discussing monetization while maintaining authentic persona. Both demonstrate that transparency about manipulate doesn't prevent success. Instead, it can become another layer of performance with audience knowingly participating. That shall be dead, dramatic irony and viral misinterpretation. The rioters' tragic literal interpretation of that mirror modern digital misinterpretation, where satirical content is mistaken for facts. Platform algorithms strip contextual clues, making it hard to discern ironic content intent. This highlights post law, where extreme parody is indistinguishably for sincere expression, a principle Joseph's tale foreshadowed centuries ago. Experienced through octrate when the sermons understand the preacher. The wife of Bath champions personal experience over authority, a foundational claim of influencer culture. She preaches standards, she violates creating layer irony. This mirror modern wellness gurus or relationship coaches whose expertise team for personal narratives, not credential. Confident assertion, regardless of contradiction, thrives in both contexts. Taketh the morality, good men, stories that comment on themselves. The nun's priest tale exhibits extreme metafiction, offering contradiction, moral, and celebrating artifice. This align with memes culture, layered meanings, intertextual reference, and ironic distance both require sophisticated literature to decode multiple simultaneous meaning, recognize performance, and finding humor in acknowledge artificiality rather than seeking absolute truth. What needed feigned love for to sake, performance and authenticity. Troilus and Christ illustrate how Courtly loves demand necessity deception. Relationship in built to perform, like those on dating app, often lead to unfeigned imitation of genuine connection. The narrator's question about feigned love reveal how constant performance to maintain impossible idea ultimately collapse authentic connection. Many are tied ends, medieval information chaos and digital feed. The House of Fame chaotic structure where truth and lies merge anticipates social media's epistemological crisis like Twitter feeds or TikTok. It agrees unverified information, collapsing traditional hierarchy. The abrupt ending suggests this problematic lacks easy resolution. Once hierarchy dissolves, distinguishing reliable and unreliable sources become structural impossible. A violet only now uncovered centuries of misreading Chaucer. Chaucer's irony was recognized in his own time, but interpreted differently across centuries. From satiric intent to philosophical detachment, similarly, future generation many misread today's digital irony without culture context for evolving emoji meaning or memes format. This highlights how interpretation is era dependent, making cross temporal understanding content challenge. 700 years later, why Chaucerian irony still matters. Chaucer's irony techniques, unreliable narration, performative contradiction, structural satire directly illuminate social media's complexity. Medieval strategies like distinguishing performance from truth and recognized format critics are essential to navigate digital landscape. Study 14th century textual strategies, develop critical thinking needed for 21st century, where authenticity is perpetually contested. Here is the references what I have taken. Thank you everyone. Now, anyone have question, please ask.
So my question is that can you give a simple reason why you compared the pardoner to a modern day influencer?
The partner is like a modern influencer because he uses a powerful message in his case. Religion, not because he believes in, but to get money and fame from his audience. He is more interested in personal gain in the product he promoting. Next question.
What is the most important lesson we can learn from Chaucer's use of irony that applies to our lives today?
The most important lesson is to think critically about what we see and read, especially in social media. So that there is often a big difference between how things are appear and where actually it is true. It teaches us to question the surface and look for real meaning. Thank you everyone. This is all from my side.